We have to. Yeah, I think my aloe vera is contaminated. I'm not going to use it anymore. Anyway, how are you? I hope you are perfect, whole, and complete. I think we need to get a nice, clean screen. We need a nice, clean screen. Nice, clean screen. It's because I'm surrounded so much dust in the other space because of all the construction and, the tasks at hand that my phone is just be so dusty. So, y'all, I think my aloe vera got contaminated with those chemicals, and I forgot that. So I can't use. I'm not gonna use it anymore. I'm gonna get rid of it, throw it away. So yeah, because my skin is, I don't know, it's feeling weird and something weird. But let me say this: today I self-cared. For the last 2 days, I've not gotten a chance to self-care. First of all, this is Lisa Marie of Healing from the Heart Center, a sacred sanctuary for Black women. I would love for you to first like, if you have not already done that, just like the video right away, especially if you're a family member, but even if you're not. And also subscribe, consider subscribing. I think I'm almost to 35,000, which I think is kind of cool, so let's get there. And comment, even after the video, when you watch it on the replay, comment. Those comments help, and I enjoy that interaction. So please comment, and then share if you feel like somebody else can benefit from this. Because I think it's a great endeavor, and I think it's a great endeavor. Like what I'm doing, what I want to do, so what I'm trying to do. If you was, I might say I'm trying to do what I want to do, what I'm doing, and I hope that it helps you as well. Questions out the way for the people that just playing games anyway. But I am a Black American and I live in Ghana, and I've been living in Ghana for 5 years. So now you don't have to ask me where I'm from. Which, hey Maya, which yeah, I don't be thinking this stuff. I don't know why trolls just love that one. It's trolls. I know it. So because it's a way for them to engage, and then they're gonna attack. But anyway, we're not gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. I got up this morning and I have been maintaining my self care as far as, and I think this is the number one thing that you can do to show yourself how much you love yourself. It is the most loving, the most important, the most vital thing that you can do in daily self care is communing with the divine. Is making sure if yours is in prayer or meditation, if it's ancestral work, meaning you commune with your ancestors, if it's a prayer room or space, and do it every day, every morning, particularly, and at the same time. That is the greatest, that is the absolute greatest thing you can do for your self care. I have maintained that throughout all of the guest house getting ready situation. I've maintained, I've maintained that. I don't play with that. I don't play with that. I've also maintained drinking my tea daily, which mine is a lemongrass that I pick from the bush. And I've maintained eating my cereal, so to speak, my breakfast. It just happens to be a raw breakfast, but yeah. And also my exercise, which I think is pretty dope. And mine is that I do yoga. So, and let me say, we probably don't have a moderator, so I'm not going to even look at all the rest of them. Okay, hey y'all. Okay. Peace star, thank you. So I do that because it's for self care. It's not just superficial. Let me see who's here. We got Book Miss T, baby. Good morning. So I'm so glad you're here because you're a great moderator and I like you. I love you. You're the self care. I've learned so much from you through the years. Thanks for reminding. Oh, thank you, Maya. Good morning, Miss Book T, baby. We need to embrace everything God has given us down to the bones He's given us for real. I agree with that, Ayo. I agree with that. I agree with that, absolutely. So that is something that has been vital in my life, especially lately, because I was lost, y'all. I was disconnected, honey. I was in the wilderness. And I was so disconnected. And I didn't know I knew I was disconnected from something higher, but I didn't exactly know, and I didn't understand how to get there. It kept coming up to me, and maybe you recognize this yourself. It kept coming up to me with phrases like, Nothing excites me. I'm not excited about the future. I feel like this is it. There must be more, right? I feel like I'm in a void, not quite where I used to be, not quite where I'm going. Like, I want you to know so you can recognize yourself when you are probably disconnected from a spiritual practice and you need to get reconnected. A lot of times, too, though, when you become disconnected, there's a lot of reasons. It could be that you have entered into relationships that are not good for you, not wholesome, not uplifting, not good for you. Like, real, and the opposite of good is bad, that they're bad for you. Maybe even like, on some levels, we could metaphorically say it or whatever, demonic spirits or entities, people that didn't come for no good. It could be when you're disconnected from spirit. This is another one, another take, that the spiritual practice that you've been using to in the past, or even at that time currently, is just not feeding your soul anymore because you've evolved, or the universe or divine or God has evolved and is asking you to evolve too. Even our spiritual practice really should evolve, and you have to decide what that looks like. It may be that, yeah, it's like, for me, I feel like Spirit said, okay, you need a place to quote unquote worship. You need, like, for me, it was sitting on my altar, connecting with my spirits and my father and spirit of my mom. For me, that was what was missing. And once I did that, it was so good. And like I said, if we invite these things into our lives that may not be that great for us, we don't know at the time that it's not great for us. As a matter of fact, when we invite it in and we accept it, it's fulfilling something. A lot of times it can be the catalyst to your ultimate goal of change, but also you're a catalyst to a deeper connection with the divine. And for me, that's what happened. It was like, wow, I have nowhere else to go. I have nothing else to do. I have nowhere else to go. I'm spiritually bankrupt. I'm in some ways bankrupt in so many ways that I don't. There's nothing that's no new outfit, no another person, no even the next thing career wise to do is going to fill that void or that hole inside of me. And I think that the hole is different each time. There could be a hole that remains because you never heal and you never deal with it. But I also think there's holes that come over time. It's like you could have a great sink, and after a while, after years of using it, you get a stoppage or a block in the sink or the pipe, and you can change that pipe. So now the hole, you did the work, in other words, spiritually speaking, hole inside of yourself, dedicated to doing consistent spiritual work, hole seems to be gone, and it is. But over years, through living, and maybe sometimes carelessly, we will get that blockage again. And even though that pipe was working, it was good, it's kind of filled up again with things that you don't want, and it's time to do the work again. And I feel like that's why you constantly, thank you for the love, that's why you constantly evolve in the Most High. That's why the Most High evolves, and you should too, because it's just saying that you did work on a lot of stuff. Can you imagine that one person in one lifetime, all of the spiritual kind of unhealing that we have communicated? And I believe in past, I believe in that it's all an extension, it's just one life. And even though the body dies, the spirit is eternal. So just even if you want to use karmic or past lives, or if you want to go to the theory of Queen of Fool, where you talk about that our wounds is connected to the wounds of our mothers, and the wounds of our mother, and the wounds of our mother, right? So just that karmically, just the lineage or the bloodline of cleansing that is constantly coming up. And if we have children ourselves, particularly let's say we're women that have a daughter, then it's that everything that she goes through as she's getting older and developing, it shows us what we didn't get or didn't learn or we still have to work on. As a woman, your daughter is a very much telltale sign of where you still need to heal and the work that you still need to do. I feel like we could, individually as a woman, we could bury what we don't want to see. We could do that. But our daughters are going to show us every time. And when we have to see them struggling through life with things that we obviously are probably still struggling with as well. It shows us that this womb thing and this connection from one generation to the next is intrinsic. It is something that is there, and we need to look at it and make it better. And also, it gives us the opportunity to maybe want to work on ourselves because we don't want our daughters or our sons. Sons suffer in a different way, having a mom who has issues that maybe she's even unaware of, but they come out in so many everyday ways of life, you know? Like, that's the thing with life. It's an action. It's constant. It means to live. And living is an everyday thing. So, you know, like back in the day in Brooklyn, used to be like, how you living? You know what I'm saying? How you living? Like, how you living? And the living is eternal. That's what's going to allow you to see the external of your feelings and thoughts and beliefs and ideas and fears and worries and toxic traits. And just because you have toxic traits, I know it sounds weird, what I'm about to say. Don't look at yourself like I'm a toxic person. Because you never, that's a place of defeat. And a lot of people don't heal from a place of defeat. I think that I'm one of those people that have to heal from a place of awareness, a place of acceptance. Much, much better than a place of defeat. Because it allows me to not make myself bad, which means a lot of times when you feel bad, you really bury kind of yourself, the true self in that. Because who wants to face the self every day that is bad? Narcissists do it all the time. They hate themselves, y'all. They know that they're toxic. They know it, but instead of dealing with it, can you imagine dealing with all that toxicity? They would rather do other things to make them forget, thus inflicting more toxicity on others. So I don't want you, when I say toxic traits, to feel like you're being accused or you're being judged. I want you to look at it as, where did I get these from? How did they occur? When did they happen? How long have I been, showing these toxic traits or having these toxic traits? Yeah, thank you for the love and all of it. I love it. Yeah, it's a different perspective for me. And that's why, like I say, y'all know my business used to be Blackberry Beauty Academy, Ancient African Wisdom for the Modern Sister. Then it was Afrocentric Home Design. I don't even think I had a tagline. And now it's Healing from the Heart Center, which thus creating is Healing from the Heart Center space, literal brick and mortar space, but also the Healing from the Heart Center space internally and spiritually as well. So let's see if we got, so let's see. Yes, we do. Okay. You only understand you've been in an actual funk. In hindsight, this is true. Maya says, oh my God, I've been saying all these things. My brain is too big for this place. Loneliness big time. Cutting off American friends. Oh, tell me, are you saying you regret cutting off American friends, or you feel like you have to cut off American friends? I would love to be interested. I'm interested in that too, where you're going with that. And I'm interested because it's levels and I understand. How do you convince someone you're going to change the shit they've known the whole time? How do you convince someone you are going to change the shit they have known the whole time? I don't know if I understand that thing, but I know if I could just stay with the first part, how do you convince yourself? How you convince someone else that you're going to change is, why would you want to? Convince yourself that you're going to change, and all the rest will follow. If the person has to be convinced that you're going to change, then that you and that person are not really aligned. And it could be that the person themselves is at a higher point of change and growth. It could be that they're not. But either way, you're not aligned. So that's why we don't often try to convince anybody of anything. A lot of times when we're trying to convince somebody, it's because we're trying to convince ourselves. This is something I've noticed. So then just focus on convincing yourself to the point that it's not just a convincing. Convincing is almost like negotiating or mind playing games on your own self. You have to know that you change, and you have to be willing to change. How? Yeah. Mario says, yes, I've got 6 daughters. That's right. I feel like that's why I have daughters. So many lessons I'm learning through them. These 12-year-old years of mothering them and myself. Yes, ma'am. I know that's right, Maya. I know that's right. Girl, it's all situational, okay? Sending love your way. Good morning from South Georgia. Good morning, nation of Tyros. You out here speaking to me. I'm so glad. Hi, hey. I'm changing and my American friends are still good people, but I'm growing. No alignment, and I understand that. Are you still on the continent? I want to know because I know I think I got that one a while ago that, oh, you know what? Coming here, I think being on the continent, or being abroad, sure, for many people, being on the continent, I think the mere fact you got here is the change in itself. So yeah, that connection to the people you used to know, I don't mean even the culture you used to know, or your own reality is not your reality anymore. The moment you get here from abroad and then you stay at any length of time, then yeah, that I don't have that connection either. That's why uh, um, Africa, I don't have that connection either. And I think it's because um, this place, or whatever that new place for someone, it changes you. You feel me? It changes you and changes how you connect and relate to others because it's changing, hopefully, the way you connect and relate to yourself. I think that's why ultimately, if we really sit and think about it, whatever that thing that led us to leave everything we knew and come to somewhere else where we don't know anything is because we actually left everything we were inside. We left those parts of ourselves because we were called to, we were probably doing the work. And the work itself, that inner work, it leads you to new places, new people, new things. You're always going to reflect who you currently are. And if you do work on yourself, then you're currently something else. You're currently something, and that's a beautiful and wonderful thing. I think it's a lot of times when people don't move forward spiritually, you'll notice that they can't move forward that's why they can't move forward physically. So you'll see a lot of people like, why they always say they're going to go, they're going to change, they're going to go change their atmosphere, they're going to change where they're going, they're going to change what they're doing. They always talk about it, but it never happens. We know people like that. I mean, we've been people like that, It is because it's not the spiritual place that is changing. It's because they're not doing the spiritual work, or we can even say that we're not doing the spiritual work. So once we do that, that's spiritual work to be able to get up and move to another country. I think my moderators are gone. So, but I thank you. So I got to work this out too at the same time. But yeah, y'all, it's a beautiful journey, and I think remembering that it's a journey, and also being willing to be on the journey. I want to be on the journey. What else is there, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, what else is there if it's not the journey? It clearly cannot be the destination. The destination moves. The destination is anticlimactic when you get there. It's only the journey. And I feel like, enjoy the ride, that type of energy. Enjoy the journey, but knowing that on every step that the journey takes you, it is a blessing and a lesson. Like it's for you. It is the adventure. It is life. It is living. Because in the journey you don't know. You don't know until you get there. And sometimes when you get there, you really don't know. That's what you be asking most out. Like, what's all this about? Why am I here? Here it can be mental, physical, spiritual. Thank you, Beverly. We needed you. Thank you, Ayo. I watch you. I'm not sure where you're going, but I'm trying to stay with you on that. So I'm here. I figured that, Big Misty, baby. Thank you, darling. I appreciate you. Thank you for the time. So Beverly is she came in to back up. So we agree. And thank you, Ms. Book T. Baby. So ladies, first of all, I am really creating this Healing from the Heart Center. Any donations would be greatly welcomed. There's nothing too big or small. Check out the description box on payment methods that you can use, which are Zelle, PayPal, and CashApp if you want to donate. Also, ladies, this conversation that we're having is really inspired by my Sunday masterclass, my upcoming Sunday masterclass, which is May 14th, 2025 this year. It's this Sunday coming. It'll be via Zoom. Again, if you want to join, it's $50. It's 2 hours. It might go to 3, so give yourself till 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and U.S. time. And it's $50, and I don't have a website, but at this point, all you do is send it. You send your payment through Zelle, CashApp, or PayPal, and you put for Sunday's masterclass, and make sure I have an email for you. It's going to be a phenomenal class. You know, it's a class to me in steps. I mean, can you change your life after 2 hours? Your entire life? Probably not. But can you make significant efforts to kind of turn the dial in another direction? You can. You can today, right now, change the trajectory of your current thoughts. Because your current thoughts, your current feelings, there is a trajectory. You have put energy out there and it's going somewhere. And if you don't like where it's going, or you know you've said something, or you've watched something continuously, or you had the same thoughts for a long time, that's a trajectory. And it's going to stay right on track. It might not be the track that ultimately you want. So taking these master classes, it's planting a seed, which has already got to grow something. But we want to plant new seeds. We're not going to grow the same food within ourselves that we've always grown. We have to grow new foods because our body is requiring new nutrients. It's all connected, y'all. It's all connected. Just like if you keep eating the same foods every day, you're probably going to be deficient in so many other things because you're eating the same exact thing in the same exact way. Clearly, those things that you're eating cannot provide all of the nutrients you need. And your body, and we can look at our body as our spirit will start to tell us. It goes back to what I said before. It's what's next. Everything seems so complacent. Nothing excites me. You know, what's my purpose? It's good when you get to that place because that shows you right there that I need to eat some new food. Meaning I need to eat some spiritual new food. It could be, of course, it could be physically, but we know we're talking metaphorically here. So coming to the master class, they will help. They will change you. It's a difference, and you'll see it. You'll see it, and you'll feel it, and yeah, and then also it helps your sister like continue to do the work that I do. Also, ladies, we have our. I'm going to do another short video. Hopefully, you're watching it, but I'm doing a special from the 15th to the 31st, to the end of the month. I'm going to do the one-on-one consultations for $50. That is not even half price. That's less than half price because I told y'all that I would do it in the month of May. I consider that the Mother Month. I'm connected to that. Mother's Day is actually probably my favorite day, even more than probably my birthday. I don't know. I love that acknowledgement that women and mothers get. So you can book now. You can send the payment the same way using Zelle, CashApp, or PayPal. You say $50 for one-on-one consultation, and you're still getting an hour. Take advantage, y'all. Take advantage. Buy 2 if you want to. So, and everything helps me to continue my project of the healing space. So I want to take a few minutes too because I was talking to a sister, and I feel like she kept wanting me to define what my healing center was with terms that are already used or more familiar. And I can't do that. I can't put it in a nutshell. She's like, oh, so it's just a place where people can sleep in. No, it's taken away from it. The people that know. Rest is not just sleeping, although yes, we do need that too. But to fully rest, a lot of people can't sleep because they can't rest. Rest is spiritual. A resting in, some people say, I'm resting in my femininity. It's a resting in the divine to guide and lead you. Do you know how people can't do that? We've all had those times when we couldn't do that, and we were seeking answers everywhere, but within ourselves, we didn't understand how to do that. So to rest is to rest in the knowing. And a lot of times, because of our work environment, because of our home environment, because of our country environment, we don't feel a state of rest, which is a state of ease, a state of contentment, a state of joy. There's a boiling there that is in the background, but it's boiling. And we know we want to book this flight or make these future plans, but a part of us is like, we better wait and see. We better see how the world is going. We better see how homeboy, what other little executive order he gonna sign. I mean, real talk. Do you know what that does for you? It really warps your intuition. The thing that can bypass any executive order. But because you're not in a state of rest, then you're in a state of unrest. So rest is not just a place women go to sleep. Come on. It's women who are tired. Tired from that deep. When Fannie Lou Hamer said, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, she didn't mean she had a cold. She didn't say that she meant that a flu was coming on. She was tired in her soul of being somebody's slave in that sense. I mean, even though it was more modern times, so we were slaves for a long time. She was tired of not standing up for herself. She was tired of not fighting. She was tired of accepting the way that, in that case, black people were still being treated how many years or so after slavery. So there's that tired. And so when you're not rested, when you're in a state of unrest, and it can happen to anybody, happen to people with high income, medium income, low income. Some people are tired of being the same person and doing the same thing and living the same life. Another definition of tired. They're tired of the rat race. They're tired depending on their money to come from things that they don't love doing anymore or never did. They're tired of holding the weight of the world. They're tired of being the head of the household. They're tired of having to take care of the children alone. They're tired. It's not sleep, it's rest. And that's different. And when they are in that state, they cannot hear their intuition. They cannot know which way to go. They don't know what decision to make. They're confused because they're tired. This is who the healing from the heart center is. If I gotta explain it hard, it ain't for you. We're all searching, but sometimes we don't know where to search because we are not in a state of rest. The environment is conducive to that because it's very quiet here. It's not the place you come for 1,000 excursions. Your excursion is the one you go into yourself with. You go there, have fun with you. That's where you're saying you're gonna go all these places, and all these places are inside of you, and you're gonna finally get to know, and you're gonna have a ball with you. It's going to attract a certain person. If you want excursions galore, this is not that place. This is for you to relax, to rest, to go within, to go for nature walks daily, every day, with or without me. To go to the market, of course, I'm gonna take you and lead you. To go sit by the water, we can go up there and sit by the water. To have womb circles, to do prayer meditation, to do yoga. So I'm gonna buy a couple of yoga mats and put them in there too for people that want to stretch out. So you don't have to bring your mat, the mat will already be here. A time to stay in bed if you want every day and eat in bed if you want to. Time to sit on the porch. I was thinking about finding a rocking chair. There's one that I can give one from Kate. Just that energy of in your robe, eating healthy foods, writing in your journal, having talks with people back home, because I'm assuming that my healing from the heart center is going to attract foreigners, which I'm a foreigner as well, so I say diasporans. And maybe there's difficult conversations that you need to have with somebody in your family, and you couldn't do that until you got here, because now the words that will really help the other person to understand without being offended is coming. What about them books that you've been wanting to read for so long, kicking up your feet, meeting the townspeople, having different conversation, learning some Edway phrases in Africa? I don't know why, I feel like I'm having to explain that, but I understand. It's good to keep talking about it so people understand. And a sister helped me to do that, and I want to thank you, Fiona. You were right. Just her questions made me realize that. So maybe other people don't really get it. Okay, another thing too, it's not an Airbnb. Airbnb is literally not on Airbnb. It's literally not on Booking.com. It is not that. And what does that mean for me? It means that because there's 2 rooms, there's not going to be somebody else in the other room that you're going to wake up in the morning and you're going to meet each other in the kitchen. No, you book the place, it's your place. You and your 2 other people or 3 other people, it's y'all's place. You got enough to, when you meet in the work lunchroom or the work space or the work kitchen, that's enough anxiety to have to sit with these fake people and have a fake conversation. How many of you have to do that? Oh, I remember going to work. Oh my God, you put your lunch in the refrigerator. Now you got to go up in there, sit down Sally and the rest of them with the fake conversation. Meet them in the kitchen by the water cooler when you know they was just talking about you when you walked in. Oh, you got to be fake and smile when you don't want to. Oh, damn, you got to have conversation. No, that's what we're not doing. You're going to walk in that kitchen and put some tea on for yourself and the people that you love that you invited to come there with you. If that, you have the whole house to yourself or you have the people you bring. There's no work required. The only work is on yourself at the way that you want to do it. There'll be things offered. There'll be VIP weeks where you specifically come and you want to spend a week with me, meaning you're there, but we work on these things spiritually. There's packages for that. If you want somebody to come, thank you for the love. You want somebody to come in and cook for you, I can set that up. There'll be a package for that. Washing your clothes, you got somebody that can do that. We'll include that in when you come. Having a womb circle, it's spiritual. I want to say a retreat, but I know there's probably definitions of a retreat that this may not fit into. Now, I will be having those retreats where I'll say, hey, I want to do a retreat at the Healing from the Heart Center. That's where you're going to stay for 5 women for however long we decide. 10 days. Yes, that will be real. And we'll do it where you and the 5 women are all coming for the same thing. So now this is that time while you can meet like-minded people. You're all wanting to heal on the same level of working with me. We will have those retreats. That will be a specific this is a blessing right now for me, but it's a blessing for us. This is the kind of retreat. My retreats have to be intimate. We're going to make the couches in the way that you can sleep on them and you'll be so comfortable, like day beds. We'll have 2 outside meeting in the living room. We got the 2 beds, 1 in bedroom. Maybe we can put 2 beds in 1 bedroom. We'll see how that works out. So we can hold 5 women. We're about to do this up. Somebody suggested an outdoor shower, and I'm kind of thinking about how I could set that up. I think that I actually could. We can actually have the bamboo around it. We have the water source. I'm sure we tap it and put a pipe in. I think it's a great idea. So if someone's in the bathroom, you can shower outside. They do it in the village all the time. That's where I was. When I was in the deep village, when I was with the person I used to know, and his parents, his mom, and yeah, they all have the outdoor shower. It's not fancy. Theirs is less fancy. It's got the tent around it, but honey, at night you look at them stars. We can absolutely do that. And that was, I forgot who suggested that. It's kind of coming to me, but I need help to get it together. There's cost, and yes, I'm using all my money. I'm asking you to take a class. So if you want to see me work, I'm working. I don't have a problem working. I love it. I love my work. So I want to use my money that I work for to pay for it. So take a class, book a consultation or 2, buy one for somebody else. And if you don't want to do all of that because you don't have the time to sit there and do it, that's fine. Donate. Simple. Let's do this. Donate. And those that have, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I will continue to kind of explain. I don't know, I guess it needs explanation, but I guess I'm trying to say yes. And yeah, of course, there'll be, when you come, there'll be, of course, you'll have the stuff you sleep on. There'll be towels, right? There'll be, the kitchen will be, stocked as far as all the utensils to cook and to, eat with. It is, and I thank you for that one, for mentioning this. It's a vegan friendly, it's a meat free space. So a vegan kitchen only, a vegan house only. So if you're not vegan, you can be vegan for that time. You can enjoy it. And you can eat out too if you want to try the fish or whatever other local things. And we'll give you a briefing when you come to make sure, let you know, don't eat everywhere and whatnot. We'll help you out. It'll be great. But I can have somebody come in and make the traditional meals clean, without the oils and the different unnatural salts. Because we're going to give you some salt. I can't do salt, but you can. Amazing fruits and vegetables. When you first come, make sure I have a welcoming bowl and those things that you need, water to start off with. After that, we take you to the market so you can get your stuff. The blessing is you're in a small town, but you have somebody right next door. Like you're not alone. You're here. So that's the catering that I will do my best. Some come and want to never come out the door. Some want to stay on the porch all day. I've had places, I told you when I went to Trinidad, and it was rainy season. At that point, I had traveled so many places, I literally was tired. And the rainy season made me want to sleep, and I slept, and it was so well rested before I came back to the States to go to Colombia. And I was still tired. I was so tired. And by the time I got to Ghana, I was like, yo, we good. We stay right here. We stay right here. I need roots. I need that. So yeah, y'all, it's so anything like good about it. When you give, say to yourself, I love when a sister donates to me and she said, this is a donation because I want to give where I get. If you're getting sustenance and that's enough for you, consider donating. It's not going to hurt you. It's only going to help you. It is a specific thing for that love. It's specifically for Black women. It is called Healing from the Heart Center, a sacred sanctuary for Black women. Only. No man. So if you're a person say, me and my honey, we want to book there. He can't come. Sorry, I love him too, and I want you to love him, but it's not his space. He needs you to have a space for yourself too. So I was already doing out some stuff. He can't come. If you're not looking like me, the very shades of us, they can't come either. It's for you, Black woman. It's for you. It's for you. We can go look at. I'm not selling land, nobody. But I'm saying we can go look at land. We can go do it. We got things that we can do. But mostly you doing you. It's a beautiful place. So I'm working on that place today. 79 people, 18 thumbs up. Thank you, moderators, because I know them 79 people, 66. That's why I went to 66. You know what a lot of them are. They're imposters. They're imposters. Let me just see what I missed. But I know I see Beverly, and I think Boomercy Baby is still doing the thing. Still doing the thing. Yes. Yes, I'm still in Tanzania, but no connection here or there. Almost 4 years. Wow, 4 years. Congratulations. Here, getting ready for work. Okay, hey, Bev, Miss T. Maya says, I haven't slept in years because my brain is always going. I'm exhausted. Okay, and we got to change that. We got to change that. You need that rest. So you know what I'm talking about when you say it. And thank you for just stating that, because you're telling me, Lord, I know what you're talking about. It's a deep rest. Yes, and of course, in feeling unrest, meaning that yes, your sleep is definitely going to be compromised. Hey, Injabulo, preach. Thank you, Miss T Baby. Please like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel. Thank you. I've written 37 books since moving to Africa. It's different here. Oh, I love it. Well, go ahead, sis. You've always been so creative, but I love it. So your mind is actually, the mind is still active and you're putting it down on paper, and that's so important. So yeah, so here we go. We are gonna, let's go over, right now, kind of good in one way. It's good. My boy, which is Eric, he's been my assistant and just, uh, wonderful addition to the life of this censor. He had another job to do. And so he said he'll come back later. And that's fine because it gave me a time to self-care, because once the guys come, I got to be on it. I can't be up in here and be like, oh, I'm just going to stay in here. No, no, no. I got to be there. And I got to be aware. So this is the blue, but it's going to come on the other side. I just wanted some of the blue on my side, even though it's still part of the house. And I got the hate blue, which is the Southerners. No, it's the Gullah Geechee people. Ain't no, they just the Southerners. They believe that this hate blue keeps away evil spirits, ghosts, if you will. Hates, as they say in the Gullah Geechee language, hates, which is not a distortion of the word haunts. They have their own language, and the language is haints. And haints is another word for ghost. So traditionally, they'll paint the ceiling blue and also the door, the door is coming. We're going to do the doors. The door's going to be blue. So still got a lot of work to do. Those two mirrors, I think I'm going to take those two mirrors. They're not going to go there. That's true. I don't like them there. But they're going to go in my gazebo. They're going to hang up. So that if they get caught in the rain, they'll be okay. And this is my sand that I purchased. And we got extra. And this is the extra blocks that I have left as well. I like they put a little circle and then, put the name. That's cool. So we are going to go in, and we painted thank you for telling me, it's the columns. We painted them white, but I do see some things that I would like them to do different. And the whole exterior is going to be painted, and the whole exterior is going to be painted hopefully today. But again, he got other things to do, which is great because, I can't take up all his time. And we did the mason came and whatever that thing they do, plaster, I think they said, the outside. And this is going to be fixed when they come back to do their work. Because I got a sink that I'm installing. There was no sink here, as there was no sink in my other space as well. Yeah, I definitely don't want the mirrors here. They're already getting dirty. No, that's not dirty. You know what? Did somebody come and scratch them? Yeah, that is scratched. That is not dirty. That is scratched. Could be rocks or pebbles. But it's not going to go here. I'm sorry. Now he's going to have to paint. Oh, I just pulled that off. That's okay. He's going to have to paint over that, which is not going to be a problem. I'm going to tell him sorry. Paint over that too. It's not where I want them to be. They're beautiful though, because I bought them. But we're going to paint doors. This is the porch. I'm going to retile the porch. Still got a lot of paint, but I love the blue. I love the blue paint. But I want to check in. I know what it looked like, but we're going to check it again. Just see our current situation. Wait, was it already open and I closed it? This happened to me yesterday. Let's see. No, that's closed. I thought that was closed up. Oh, I hit that. What is that? Oh, that was yesterday. It was something else. That's a lot. I can't get into my house. That's usually closing it. So, something that was connected before. Oh, I just hate this. Yeah, let me see. Because that is, I think that's, sorry, I'm sorry. I'm tired of it. All right, y'all. I'm going to go. I'm going to call this man and ask why I can't get in my house. All right. I will talk to you later. I hope that you will donate. I hope that you will purchase the master class. And I hope to see you soon. Love you all. Hey, Jackie. Peace and blessings.